Fresco,
What's good?
what's going on, man?
What's happening? What's
Thank
happening?
you for being here, man. Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate y'all.
Man, I
Appreciate
know
y'all.
you're a very, very busy man for taking time out to sit down in the lounge. We greatly appreciate it, man. How you been, man? How you
Doing
feel?
alright, doing alright. Staying on the way, getting to it.
Right.
Trying to stay in the motion, man. You know what I mean? You already know.
Motion is everything, they
Yes,
say.
sir. For sure, for sure.
All right, man. I wanted to get into some of the music, man, and I want to talk a little bit about Freetopia, if I could.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? The project, I love the project. First of all, it's dope. All platforms. I want y'all to go out there and get that. But the name of the project was Freetopia.
Yes,
And
sir.
what was the idea behind the titling of the
So,
project?
so Freetopia. The label I got right now is it's not really a label. It's more like a familiar, for real, for real. It's called Free Will Order. So I just play. It's a play on words, and then the Topia part is pretty much like you in like it's a utopia for real. Like you in, I want you to feel when you hear this, when you hear that album, I want you to feel like you're in a faraway place. Like you gone from here. You out the way for real, for real. So that's where the whole Freetopia came from. It's a play on words.
Okay, it's a play on words. And you saying a faraway place. How did you get to that dynamic far as music? What influenced you behind your musical background?
So I base a lot of my music off of like anime. Like I reference a lot of anime, a lot of like video game references and stuff like that. And I'm real big on like space. So like real spacey vibes. A lot of the beats that I choose is real like spacey vibes, little alien type vibes. So just to give a different feel on the music and everything.
And what musical influences kind of steered that? Like what did they get to the common? First of all, where did you grow up?
I grew up in here. I grew up in Maryland, but I really like was raised in South Carolina.
Okay.
So I was raised in like Myrtle Beach area, so the real beachy vibes,
Right.
up
Okay.
tempo music and stuff like that. So,
I can see how that can influence your music. Yeah.
so it y'all like changed up a little bit of my style a little bit.
Right.
Per se. So
For the better, I think.
yeah, for
the
sure,
better, I
for
think.
sure, for sure.
And what's the difference between the deluxe Fruitopia and the original? What changed?
The deluxe I added about six new songs I think.
Mhm.
To the deluxe than the original, but I still kept the original songs on it. But I just added some more songs to it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you think? Is that a plus or minus? You see, how you can add to current projects, a project that's already been delivered. The fact that you can now go in and put different mixes and different you could add different songs and different aspects. You could change things if you like. Do you think that's a positive or a negative as far as being an artist, being able to change things after they're already
I
out?
think it's a plus.
Okay.
For real, to change things while they're already out. The only negative part about it is if people don't really like change too much. If you change up too much, people go, like, oh, you changed up your style a little bit too much. But I feel like it's a positive. Just like I just dropped a new album, Far From Home. I just dropped that a couple weeks ago.
Okay, Far From Home.
Yep, I just dropped that. That's out on all platforms right now. And this one is pretty much like a step up from Freetopia.
Okay.
It's still on the same vibes. I kept like my beat selection to a T for this one. I still kept in with the whole spacey vibes and everything. So
Who did you work with? Did you work with anybody different from Freetopia to this album, like far as producers or collaborators?
not really. It's still like the same producers I've been using.
Okay.
They just stepped it up, and I'm gonna step up with them. They step up, I'm stepping up with them.
Okay. Which track do you think from the current project hold the most significance to you?
I'm Far From Home.
Yeah.
Probably Lemon Pepper or Sinking. Lemon Pepper is probably like it's an upbeat type song, club vibe. It'll keep a party going. Sinking is more like that sexy drill vibe.
Right.
Something for the ladies, something to keep them busy. Everybody is for everybody, for real, for real. So it's a lot of different vibes on this tape, but I feel like this probably sets me apart from a lot of artists out here. So it's definitely definitely got some bangers on there. You definitely go check that out.
Okay. What collaborators do you got? Did you collab this all you? Or did you have a collaborator?
As far as artists,
Yeah.
wise,
Mm-hmm.
I got a few artists on there. A few of my homeboys that I've been working with for a while. I definitely got two new artists that I've never worked with before on there. So definitely a little for feature wise, definitely different from the last album.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shout out Swansea. Shout out my boy Smooth Water. Shout out C Mac. Who else I got on there? Big Liddy. I got my boy Cozy. He's This is his first feature on the album too. I don't think he has any music out either.
Mm.
So shout out to Cozy.
Okay. And how do you balance with collaborating? How would you balance the personal expression opposed to appeasing an audience? How do you balance that? How do you approach that? Do you do selfish music? I know some artists do music they like for them, or do you try to balance that, or try to appease the audience, or go after a certain
I'm
demographic?
not gonna lie, I'm a little selfish with it. I kind of make music that I like to make. I really don't. I appease to the people by the type of music that I make. I feel like I'm in a certain category when it comes to stuff like that, but I try to like make stuff that I like.
Right.
If I like it, then I'll put it out. If I don't like it, I'm not putting it out.
And how would you say you evolve from one project to the next, if you recognize any evolution between the two?
More so my wordplay, or how I say things. Not really what I say, it's how I say it. The wordplay is definitely what draws people in, how I say certain things. It'd probably be something so simple, but if you say it a certain way, people will be like, oh shit.
Right.
How you say it like that, or why you say it like that, or let me run it back, let me hear what he said again.
Right. And then did you make a conscious effort to pay attention to that, like to step it up?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely did.
Yeah.
Definitely did.
And we appreciate that as the audience, man. Constantly working
For
on
sure.
your craft and sharpening your sword.
For sure.
I mean, it's to be commended. Okay, now you say you have any upcoming projects we need to know about. You know, we just dropped what was the name of the label?
Far from home.
Far From Home. We just dropped Far From Home. And what are we working on? Do we have any tours coming? Do we have any things we can look forward to in the future?
So in September, we got a festival we're going to in Atlantic City. It's called the what's the name of the festival? The Day Fest, I think. I think it was called something like that. But it's a festival out in Atlantic City. They reached out to me. I'm definitely gonna go out there and go fuck them up. And in October, going on tour with my brother Mikey Polo for the for his tour. Sleep While You Die. Sleep When You Die tour.
Right. Sleep When You Die tour.
Definitely gonna be out there for that. It's in Cali. If you're in Cali, definitely get some tickets. It's on Eventbrite. I'll send a link and everything. So if you're out there in Atlanta, out there in Cali, we got Sacramento, Los Angeles, and a few other stops.
Moving, motion, big motion. Y'all see it.
Big motion.
Y'all see it. Y'all see it. Cat Fresco out here, West Coasting. What are your thoughts on the current state of hip hop overall? Now you bouncing from coast to coast, and your music is very universal. So I would like to know your outlook on how you see hip hop in its current state.
It's definitely evolving, for sure. At this point, I feel like a lot of stuff is being saturated, but people are definitely tapping into a few new sounds and putting their own styles and stuff. So I'm liking a lot of the music that's coming out, but I really think that the ladies is kind of taking over for real.
Right.
You can't cut on the radio now and not hear a lot of the female artists that's coming out now with the hip hop. They're definitely taking over. So
do you think that is a good thing, or do you think that is dumbing down of the process as far as bars and hooks? Do you think, not to say the ladies can't rap, but do you think it's a good thing for hip hop? I'm just saying, as far as the general female energy being in hip hop, I understand that's good. But the art of putting a song together and bar for bar making a great project, is that lost in today's hip hop?
If they're writing it themselves, it's a up. But a lot of people are getting writers now, so I feel like that is what's taking over for real. People ain't really writing their own material. They're not putting their own material out. They're not writing their own stuff. They're getting writers to write their lyrics. So it's not per se them. It's them because they saying it, but a lot of people are definitely dumbing down their stuff with the writing.
Yeah.
But as far as like bars, there's a lot of people out here that's coming out with bars now. I think bars is back in style now.
Yes.
So Come with it.
Yeah, I'm with
Come
it.
with it. At
I'm
this
with it.
point, come with it.
I'm with it. What was your favorite? What was your favorite song what was your favorite song from Freetopia, and what's your
Favorite song
favorite
from
one from the
Freetopia.
current project? And why?
Favorite song from Freetopia will probably be Embellish.
Mm.
That was probably like my hottest song. I got a video out now on YouTube for it. But that's probably like my hottest song on that album, I think. I still perform that song to this day.
What was the reason you think that the audience took to that song, and why is it your
It's
favorite?
probably because they heard it so many times. Like I kept pushing it. I kept pushing it in people's face. Like every show that I did, I pretty much just performed that song over and over. I took the Trap Queen route.
Mm.
Fetty Wap went and took Trap Queen, performed that jump for a year straight, popped off with it. I'm about to do the same thing, take the same elements and try to turn that joint up with embellish. I'm still performing it to this day, even though I dropped Far From Home. I'm still pushing embellish.
And why is that so? Why did you feel connected to that song? And what reason, when you made it, why did you feel that way?
I knew as soon as I recorded it that that song was gonna be hot.
Mm.
And then as soon as I shot the video, it kind of upped it. So the video and the song choice I'd say, and how I did the video, it definitely brought a different element to the song. So I feel like it just elevated itself once people started hearing it.
Do you already see the video when you create a song? Do you already kind of get a visual of
For sure.
what you want?
I try to get a visual. Sometimes it don't always come out the way you perceive it, but it definitely came out the way I wanted it.
Right.
For sure.
Right.
Came out the way I wanted it. The song came out the way I wanted it. The producer did his thing on the beat. Shout out 16 Aura.
Okay.
There's definitely fire.
Yeah. So, in essence, what we have is an inspiring rapper that's moving bi-coastal, and once again, what was the name of the tour? I know it's Dirty Politic ENT is sponsoring it, right?
Yep.
It's Dirty Politic ENT and
Dirty Politics. That show is definitely about to be crazy. The Great Day Fest.
Great Day Fest.
Yeah, Great Day Fest in Atlantic City. They definitely got a cool thing going on. It's skateboard vibes.
Right.
It's got they got like a bunch of different vendors and stuff. So it's kind of like a Baby Rolling Loud.
Yeah.
But for underground artists.
Right. So y'all get out there, man. Google that. Google the Great Day Fest. It's gonna be a great event. And now we have the Lyric Lounge 10 for 10. We give 10 questions back to back. We don't really give you that much time to think about it. First things come to your head, we need you to say it.
Say less.
Whether it will offend people or not, it is the truth. And as we know, the truth can never be offensive. So, what is your favorite way to relax when you're not making music?
Smoking.
Okay. What's your favorite strain? Are you sativa guy or you
I'm an indica guy. I don't really
Okay.
like sativas.
Okay.
They make my head jittery. I don't like that shit.
Okay. If you have any superpower, what would it be and why? For what reason?
I'm gonna say time manipulation, so I can fix whatever that's messed up beforehand. I can fix it before it even happens, type shit.
So, and coming from the anime word, I honor that opinion. What is your favorite album you ever bought?
Ever bought?
Not downloaded, you bought it.
Probably Travis Scott, Astroworld.
I saw him on tour, that was amazing.
Definitely crazy album to this day.
Yeah, it's a crazy album. What's your favorite place to find inspiration?
The house, chilling at the crib with the fellas, cooling it. I always find inspiration from my brothers. They definitely help a lot of the stuff on the way. Along the way, definitely do.
What's a fun fact that people might not know about you or be surprised to hear?
I like to travel. I don't think that's a fun fact, but I'm a traveling person. I don't care. We get in that car and go.
Right.
We out.
Right. And where that come from, you think? Just exploration or childhood? How does
Just from
that gene get inside?
wanting to experience new places that I ain't never been to before. So
Right.
a lot of places that I go to, it's probably like either my first time being there or I didn't explore enough. So try to get back out there and explore as much as I can.
Right.
This shit everywhere. It's a big world. We on one side.
It's a positive thing.
Definitely.
If you could collaborate with any artist, dead or alive, who would it be?
Young Thug.
Say again.
Young Thug.
Thug? Okay.
Yeah, that's my favorite artist.
Okay.
Right now, he definitely in my top. He
Free
definitely.
Thug.
If
Free
he not
Thug.
number one, he number two. I think Wayne probably be number one.
Okay. Okay.
But as far as like to collab with right now, probably Thug.
Shout out to Young Thug. Free Thug.
Free Thug.
What's your favorite go-to snack in the studio? Your talkie guy or
Gummies.
Gummies.
Like gummy bears, gummy worms.
Sweets.
Yeah, or Doritos.
Okay. Which ones?
The blue ones.
Okay.
Cool Ranch. Cool Ranch. I don't really fuck with it any of the other junk.
What's the best concert you ever attended as a fan?
Astroworld.
Yeah, Astroworld was dope.
Astroworld was nuts.
I went to
That's
see
probably
that
the best concert I've
in
ever been to.
Baltimore.
Yeah.
Eagle Bank, I saw it. If you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you go?
Tokyo.
For what reason? Is that anime vibes?
That's my anime vibes.
Okay.
I gotta go see it. I ain't never been.
That's
I
dope.
gotta go see it. Gotta go see it.
That's dope.
Gotta go see it.
What would you say the most controversial lyric that you have?
Controversial lyric.
If when you wrote it, you was like, I don't know if I should, or something you scratched it out, was like, I don't think I should say that.
Told me not to think too much. That one is that's a hard one. Controversial lyric. I don't think I've really even said anything controversial.
Okay.
I don't think I really say nothing like crazy like that for real.
Okay.
For it to be controversial.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, that was a 10. That was a 10 for 10. That last one was kind of.
I got damn. Now you got me thinking about that one. Like, did I say something crazy? Did I say something crazy?
Let me give you a couple more.
Let's go.
How do you push the boundaries of your music without alienating the audience? Do you try to? Or is that even a conscious thought when you create?
Really, when I just be creating music, like I said, I put out stuff that I like. If I don't like it, I'm not gonna put it out. So, I got a lot of stuff in the vault that I've never put out. It's probably because I didn't like it at that moment, but I might put it out later.
Okay.
There's songs that's on my album right now that I didn't really care for, but I only put it on there because somebody else was like, "Hey, that song fire," and that's how I ended up on the album. Like, I could say I wasn't really a fan of Molly World at first, but my brother was like, "Hey, bro, this song slap. You gotta put this song on there." I was like, "You know what? I'll do it for you, bro. Put the song on there." That song far from home.
That's dope. That's dope. And what's the hardest truth you have to face about the industry? Like moving throughout this industry, what was one thing you didn't foresee coming? That's a hard truth kind of right now.
Hard truth. Probably that the industry is definitely. Everybody know that the industry is a little snaky in a way, but don't trust everybody that come in your DMs and sending you shit like, "Oh yeah, we feel this and this and this and this," but 9 times out of 10 it's probably a fake page or it's somebody who trying to eat off of you or eat off of some shit that you put out. But yeah.
And how do you discern that? How do you for people that's listening to this? How do you discern between people coming for a genuine cause or people trying to get over or trying to scam or whatever? What are the telltale signs you look for?
9 times out of 10, you can see it in their, like when they have personal bios in their pages on Instagram, they 9 times out of 10 tell you that is a fake page or some bullshit. 9 times out of 10, like there's a page right now that hit me up about some a feature with some couple big artists that they got it in their bios that they like, how do I explain this? They fucking.
So you saying investigate further, do your homework
Yep.
with these people.
Always do your homework, cause you don't know who gonna try to snake you in the end, or who out to just get their money and just keep it moving. It's a lot of people that it's a lot of like labels who's doing that shit too. I don't know if y'all ever heard of Ugly Money,
Yeah.
Ugly Money ENT. They not. That shit fool.
My man with the
That
podcast.
shit fool. I did some shit with them one time and it did not go any way that they said that shit was gonna go. So I wouldn't tap in with them ever again. Another one was probably it's another John out of Atlanta. It's just these makeshift labels. Don't fuck with them. If you're gonna fuck with any labels, go ahead and spend that bag and go ahead and fuck with a real label who actually gonna put that footwork in for you once you pay them that bread. But you pay these people to pay them makeshift labels that bread, they gonna run off with your shit. They gonna post it up on their story for the same motherfuckers you posted on your story to see, and you're not gonna get nothing out of it.
That's dope. That's good. That's dope. You're dropping it on them. And what would you say? I noticed your the campaigns behind your music and the campaigns behind your projects are very different, and they got a lot of reach. And how is your approach to that? Are you involved in that? Are you involved in the marketing? Are you with any of these entities like the TuneCore, the Distro Kids, or United Masters, or do you align yourself with any of these platforms for artists?
I'm doing DistroKid right now.
Okay.
I put out all my music through DistroKid. I get my money right then and there. As soon as that money hits that jump, I can pretty much pull that right off. So I think that's probably like one of the easiest besides United Masters. But I pretty much do all the promo and all the marketing stuff myself. I haven't really been pushed. I don't have any management. I do everything myself. So a lot of that stuff is done by me. I make a lot of the times sometimes I pay for artwork, but most of the time I make my own artwork. I make my own flyers and everything. So it's all self-taught, self-aware. I'm just trying to push shit out.
And how you figure you tapped into your audience? Because that's when you say that and you think of the marketing ideas and you think of all the visuals and illustrations yourself, how aware are you of your audience? How do you stay tapped in and connected to them to where you know exactly what your audience needs and wants from you?
So a lot of my audience is pretty much they like the same stuff that I like. A lot of people that like my music are anime lovers. They play video games. So I try to keep in that same market so I can keep it moving from that point on. So a lot of the anime world is definitely expanding at this point. There's a lot of people that you wouldn't expect that like it now. I remember back when I was in high school, you get picked on for shit like that. Now it's cool to like anime. Oh, you like anime? Oh, you you ain't supposed to like that shit. You black. I'm like, nigga, it's a cartoon. It's a cartoon.
Yeah, Megan Thee
But I
Stallion
she
thing,
definitely made it cool for a lot of people to do it just from her saying that she likes it.
Yeah.
So it brought a lot of people out of the woodworks. That's why the anime world now is a lot bigger than what it used to be.
Yeah, I think that the niche is wider now. Now that everybody is into it, and you got stuff like One Piece and major platforms like Netflix giving it a platform, and that helps out a lot.
Definitely
helps out a lot.
You can sometimes now, if you get in the right people, you can get your songs on some of these platforms where you can get a broader audience for your stuff just from putting it on like a TV show or anime or a different cartoon and stuff like that. They like that shit.
And that's what I was thinking. Did you ever think about syncing your music, or do you sync your music for use on different visuals? Because the music is very upbeat, and I think it would, like far as advertisement, I think it'll be a good look for you. But now that you mention that, did you ever think to sync your music or solicit to video games or
for sure
different things like that?
For sure. It's all a process. Right now, I'm just trying to build my listeners. So that would be a good start to try to build the listeners and everything. Is just gotta get that paperwork in order.
Yeah.
Gotta get that paperwork in order. Sometimes with some of the stuff that I put out with, sometimes samples ain't cleared on certain things. Like some of my beats got anime samples in it, so I don't think I I've gotten too big on the business side of it, but I'm still getting there with it. That's why I'm doing everything myself. So
Right.
to get into those pockets where you can get into those animes and get on those TV shows and stuff like that, you just gotta make sure that paperwork in order.
Right.
Make sure that paperwork in order, you good.
Would you say is gatekeepers of that, or is that a pretty
Definitely gatekeepers.
Okay.
So it's just all who you know.
Right.
You know, who you associate with yourself with. When you know what they always say, your net worth is only as big as your network.
Yeah.
When you're networking, you can always build.
That's a beautiful thing, man. There's a lot of knowledge, man. I appreciate you coming out, man. Is there anything else
For
that
sure,
you want
for
to
sure.
give us or leave us with? I want you all your socials. I want all, and just tell the people where they can find you at, and exactly what they can do when they get there.
So I just use Instagram and Twitter right now. You can find me at Kev Fresco. That is KEVFRESCO. That's on both platforms. You can do it on Instagram or Twitter. You can find me on all platforms as far as musically: Apple Music, Tidal, Spotify, YouTube. Kev Fresco. Just look me in. If you go to any of my socials, you can click the link in my bio. Click the link in my bio, and you'll get all of my music. Anything that I put out for the last couple of years, everything is out now.
Yeah, say your Instagram one more time for me, for the people, just for clarity.
Kev Fresco is KEVFRESCO.
Okay.
Kev Fresco.
And I want to say this. We ain't talking enough about your performances, man. Your performances at Who Got the Heat is where I first saw you, right?
Who got the heat? Who got the
heat? So that's why I first saw you. Is Who Got the Heat, which is a dynamic platform put on by Low and Voss Smooth, and that's when I first saw you. And we come back for the second season.
For sure.
And we come back. We appreciate you coming down. But the energy on stage, I want to say that everybody is remarkable. And you can go to Lyric Lounge, you can go to Who Got the Heat at ENT on Instagram and really check them out. And where does that come from? Just a parting shot. Where does that come from? Just the energy on stage.
So I go out and show out. So it don't matter who in that motherfucker. I don't care if it's 5, 10 people in that bitch. I'm going in there to show out, because them 5 or 10 people probably ain't never heard my music before. So I'm gonna treat that show like I'm performing in front of 1,000 people. I don't give a fuck who it is. We gonna go in that bitch. We gonna show out. We gonna rock out. Shout out my brother Low. Shout out my brother Voss Smooth. We definitely they definitely brought me into the Who Got the Heat. Shit is a beautiful thing. A lot of people ain't putting on for the city like the way that niggas is putting on for the city. So definitely, it don't matter what show it is, we gonna put on for it. Don't matter how many people in that motherfucker we showing out.
That's a beautiful thing, man.
For sure.
Please, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Kev Fresco. Yeah.
Appreciate y'all.